So,
Well, we're here at the church this afternoon, hopefully to attend a funeral which has already gone. As usual, we're late, even for funerals.
yeah. So, do you think the funerals are out of the question then?
Probably today, yes. As soon as Wrigley Scott wants it on the 25th of July, and he's very specific. It's very difficult to fake a funeral on a day without and get away with it, you know. But we could go down to the after party if you like, and we'll take a tour around town because there'll be lots of drinking. Yeah, well, they'll be down there now, boozing away mad. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go. So they decided to have the party out there in the end.
Oh, Dad,
That was our home place as such, you know. It's posher. It's posher than here much.
Yeah.
Daddy,
This is the old hotel she lived in.
It's the oldest hotel in town.
Oh, right.
Michael Collins stood just here.
Really?
Did his last speech before he ended up in a coffin later that day. This is our New Orleans train that comes around 3 or 4 times a day, carrying coffins occasionally, but usually live children. Oh no, this time it's old ladies. Lots of old ladies. Hi.
Okay, cool. Okay, grand.
Smile.
It's in the ceiling as well.
Just go through there, they're all over there. Here we are in the mask room of an ancient hovel called Bowers in Clonakilty. And the mask will represent the dead, and the spirits of the dead, and the scary way of those spirits. Sort of thing you wear at funerals in certain countries.
On the ball this time, he points straight to the point man. Get it up.
Come on, do you?
Yeah, Clonakilty's a very old town. I think, if I remember rightly, it might be a charter town from back in the 1200s. I might be getting that confused with Kinsale. There's a lot of music here and artists and people hang around the place. Michael Collins hailed from here. JFK's great-grandfather was born down the road, as was Henry Ford was born. Henry Ford's grandfather was born down the road as well. It's a very ancient town. With Clonakilty stands for the stone in the woods. So we always used to think that it was because of a stone circle, and there was an old Neolithic settlement here from way beyond. And personally, this is probably where the original ring fort and settlement of the Neolithic times would have been. Above the woodlands, you can see for miles around, and often they would put the church, and this is one of the first churches in town, I think, was put here. And although it's Protestant or Church of Ireland now, it might have been Catholic at some stage because they change them regularly.
That's right. I'm just going to go up.
This is an antique bullet hole from back in the 1920s when Michael Collins was used to be running down this wall here, and they'd be taking pot shots out of him, and he didn't actually end up in a coffin at that stage because he was actually born down the road in Woodfield, but spent 2 or 3 years of his life over in a house in the corner over there and went to the school over the other side here before he went up to Dublin and got involved in the Troubles, which, as you know, he would have been a young man when he went there because he died when he was 33, is that right, I think? This is this house Michael Collins lived in between the year 1904 and 1905, probably only for a few months, when it was a boarding house, but he was probably homeless, I'd say, before they shipped him off out up to Dublin. Local courthouse, the site of many of an inquest into deaths,
Untimely?
funerals, untimely deaths. One of our favourite expressions around here when you're greeting someone at a funeral is, was it natural or suspicious? Now these fellas didn't end up in coffins at all. Apparently they ended up in pits with lime which melted their body parts away fairly quickly so that there wouldn't be any remains left, going back 200-300 years ago. Pre-coffin days.